In today's video, we're going to be mixing together Arctic Fox's Purple Rain with their Girls' Night. For my mix videos, I like to keep my range a little bit more simple. So number 1 is gray, 2 is black, and then from 2 to 9, we have a range that goes to platinum blonde, and then number 10 is like a toned version of number 9. So these are human hair swatches, but they are not all virgin hair. Most likely they've been bleached and dyed in their lifetimes. So for my mix videos, I like to do 2 separate sections on each swatch where I mix different ratios together. For our first ratio, it's going to be a 4:1 ratio, but Girls' Night is very pastel and Purple Rain is very pigmented. So I'm going to do 4 parts of Girls' Night to 1 part Purple Rain. Please keep in mind everyone's hair is different, which means everyone's hair will take dye differently. So just use my video as a reference as to how it could possibly turn out for you. For the second ratio, we're gonna actually do kind of a lot. It's gonna sound scary, but it's really just imagine you have a bowl of Girls' Night and you're just adding a little bit of Purple Rain. So the ratio is a 12:1 ratio. So that will be 12 parts of Girls' Night to 1 part Purple Rain. All right, I'm gonna let these sit for about 3 hours. I'll rinse them out, and when they're dry, I will meet you back here. So when I saw how dark this turned out, I really wanted to do a swatch where I just like mixed a tiny bit where I don't even measure out how much Purple Rain in a bowl of Girls' Night, just like a drop. But I actually ended up using all of my Girls' Night on these swatches, so I'm sorry that these are not as light as I was hoping they would be. I know Purple Rain is very pigmented, but I did not realize it was this pigmented. So if anyone is interested, let me know. I can order more Girls' Night and try a swatch where I only add like a drop in to the Girls' Night so that it just darkens Girls' Night a little bit. Because Girls' Night, this is Girls' Night comparable to number 9, is very, very light, very pastel, and when using it with the Purple Rain, it's almost like just using a diluter, which I'll get into that in a second. So firstly, when I was editing the sped up version of this, during the number 6, I started applying it, and at some point I left to go do something. I'm thinking maybe I went and let my dog out, I don't know. And then when I came back and kept applying, I didn't spend very much time on it. So it's not very dyed on the side. So I'll say that's probably me, and that's probably why it looks like that. I still think that if you have lighter brown, darker brown, medium brown hair, you're probably better off just using Purple Rain by itself anyways, and maybe diluting it just a tiny bit if you don't want it as dark. Number 1 was gray, so of course that one turned out the most cool tone looking, while as the 9 Platinum Blonde swatch does look slightly more warm. I think I personally like it on 9 and 10 the most, but number 8's not bad either. I just think with the darker hair colors, anything, you know, darker than like a super bright blonde, it ends up looking even more warm toned than I think it's supposed to. But like I said, that's not bad. It's just, I just think when you compare it to the number 9, you can kind of see that it looks a little bit more saturated in color. So this is comparable to number 10, number 9, and number 8. So as you can see, Purple Rain by itself, super deep. And the nice thing about colors like Purple Rain when they're both very pigmented and dark is that you can get a really wide range of colors, which is why I suggested just at the most diluting Purple Rain a little bit if you have hair closer to 6 or 7, but you don't like quite how dark Purple Rain is, versus like mixing it with the Girls Night, I mean. So yeah, I mean, there's not really a really big difference. The undertone in Girls Night isn't different enough to where I think it would make a big difference, if that makes sense. I think it is slightly more cool toned, and I feel like you can see that on the number 8 because the diluted section for Purple Rain looks a little bit more warm than the more Purple Rain Girls Night mix on top. This stays slightly more cool tone looking, but like I said, they're really not that different. I think, like I said, I'll make a post on Patreon and link the pictures that I take if anyone wants to see a tiny bit of Purple Rain added to Girls Night, because I think it's more beneficial to use Purple Rain to darken Girls Night a little bit, since Girls Night is so light for some people's hair, versus using Girls Night to lighten up Purple Rain, if that makes sense. I'm sorry this didn't turn out more exciting. I was really excited to do this. I should have known. Like, I knew Purple Rain was pigmented, but for some reason, I didn't realize, like, I needed to add way more Girls Night. But from here, we're gonna get into the before and after clips. I do use natural lighting from this point until the end of the video, and I'm sure, as you may know, recreating the exact same environment with natural lighting before and the after clips is difficult, so if anything looks slightly off, that is probably why. keep your eyes out. I will post a link to the Patreon post in the comments with the new ratio mix if you are interested once I do get girls' night in the mail. I hope this video helped. If you have a request, I do have a link below to a Google form you can fill out. Just remember, I only do dyes that do not test on animals. Thank you to my patrons, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.